The 6.8 special round is a rifle round that I've been talking about for many years that I say is way underrated and people should look at it compared to the 5.56. Well, Sig Sauer, a company that I've been saying also for many years is on the cutting edge of making the higher end echelon of not only pistols but rifles. And this is an announcement. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. It just happened a few months prior to the recording of this video. And the 6.8 by 51, the new round that is supposedly going to change warfare over at least the next 3 decades. The 6.8 by 51 was just adapted by the U.S. Army to replace the M4 and also the FN belt-fed M249 saw. We're going to talk more about some details because it's going to be a slow transition. You're going to see stories that's going to say, oh, it's only tens of millions of dollars worth of contracts. You'll see stories that say $4 billion worth of contracts with the U.S. Army, $10 billion. You'll see stories that say the Marines are getting involved. There's a lot of hype on this. Take a look at these two rifles. On top, you've got the belt-fed, which will slowly replace the M249 FN saw. The saw is used, by the way, in combat. The right flank, left flank, man on right, man on left. You got your men storming up through the front, the troops, and on the right and left, you got that what FN called the saw. Bzzz, just a buzz saw to level the playing field, and so your battalion can storm in and take on the enemy. That's what the belt fed's for. Full auto, lay them down. On the bottom, the magazine fed 5.56. Now it's all going to be 6.8 by 51 and much more power. You got a barrel that is much thicker than the present rifles being used, which is huge because it's not going to heat up, and you've got a right within the same weight range of a rifle, and you've got a much higher quality, futuristic handguard and rifle as a whole. All the components are futuristic, so it's lightweight. I'm going to go sit down right now with the notes I have and just bring you this news. Of course, I don't have the rifle in my hands. It's going to retail for about $8,000, which sounds like a lot of money, but I've been to SHOT Show and I saw a lot of FN saws and different FNs, high quality, super, $14,000, $18,000, $20,000. So this is going to come out in the $8,000-$10,000 range, not for everybody, but it will be available. And the ammo is available now. The 6.8 by 51 is available. I've seen it. It's out there for sale online. So this is very exciting. Thumb up the video. I'm just giving you FYI for your information. Here's the future of rifles. The 5.56 is being replaced with the 6.8 by 51 for multiple reasons. Let me sit down and talk about it, and then you throw in your comments. I know all about the 308 and how great the 308 is. I love it, love it, love it. But you got to hand it to Sig for giving us a round that has got that punch we'll talk about, and the barrel lasts more than 12,000 rounds, and it's got the lightweight. Very exciting. Thumb up the video. Leave your comments. Let's go to the studio and talk about it. My name is Tom, and welcome to Weapons Education. Here we are at the studio, and I want to talk about this announcement with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement, like I always bring to you, with our love for firearms, our love for patriotism, our love for the United States of America, and we have to pull together now. You know what I'm talking about. Thumbs up as always, but listen, anytime a company makes a huge step forward in the firearms industry, to me, it's really exciting, especially this one. Now, I'm giving you this information with basically limited information because obviously I don't have the two firearms in my possession, and that is the next thing on my list. I'm guessing the magazine-fed Sig will be available after SHOT Show 2023, and also the belt-fed to the civilian market. We'll see. But these rifles are going to dictate the next 20 or 30 years of warfare, like I previously mentioned. Now, how did Sig do this? I've got some really good friends up there at Sig. I've had my Sig Sauer Academy training, 5-day courses, multiple times. Got to know the guys there at the range and the people who run everything. And I've seen their manufacturing abilities. This is what makes them special. When you manufacture your own ammunition, and I'm not knocking HK here, for instance, I'm just giving you an analogy. Does HK manufacture their own ammunition? No, they don't. Nothing wrong with that. They make their firearms. But Sig, and a man named Adam told me this, an executive at Sig at the time told me, he goes, this is like in 15 or 16, he goes, we're just going to make everything from scopes to the grips to the barrels, to every possible thing that makes a firearm what a firearm is, we're going to manufacture ourselves, to the ammunition. So when you put the ammunition particularly together with the firearm, so you can walk from one room with the firearm to the next room with this new experimental, which is not experimental no more, 6.8 by 51, and test it, and burning up barrels. And then that's how you do it. That's how they did it. They put the ammunition and the weapon together all in one building in New Hampshire, Exeter, New Hampshire. I really give them a lot of credit. I've seen some other gun channels and I despise them because they're whatever. Okay, let's talk math. Okay, now we have a 5.56. We all love the 5.56. I've got 10, 12 of them, but we all got a bunch of them. I'm sure you got one at least, right? 62 grain, buzzing at 3,100 feet per second. 62 grain, that's a small round. Well, what about 150 grain? This is the 6.8 by 51. 150 grain buzzing at over 2,800 feet per second because of the special powder they use, and they can even push it faster. So when you got a round that's more than twice the size of a 5.56, that will ultimately be the same speed as a 5.56. We're pretty close. Pretty close. Don't hit me on the math to the millimeter. Come on. That's a huge improvement. Plus you got barrels that won't melt. That's everything. Plus you got the whole entire mechanism of the rifle being futuristic products. Lighter weight, or in this case, the same weight. So, we have the 6.8 by 51, the new round of the future. I'm announcing, past tense, approved by the Army, will be approved by, in my humble opinion, the Marines and other military divisions of the United States and NATO over time. Now, Sig has over 900,000 square feet of manufacturing space. They have over 100 machine gun engineers. It's huge. So the mag-fed 6.851 is going to replace the M4, which is 5.56 by 45. And it's going to be upgraded to a 6.8 by 51. And the belt-fed, the SAW, is going to replace the M249 SAW FN. Slowly, it's already done by the U.S. Army, and especially in close combat for testing, but ultimately they want it for shooting long ways out, hundreds and hundreds of yards. So there you have it. That's the announcement. My name is Tom with Weapons Education. Please thumb up the video, share the video, and this is all about a manufacturer doing leaps and bounds to make our firearms higher quality and better. I think it's great. Tom checking out, thumb up the video, bye-bye.